Recently I found out that I have PCOS. The whole reason we are sitting down to film this right now is because we have officially started the first step of this exciting process. Hey guys, oh, just making sure I don't have food in my teeth. I am like really happy that I get to be sitting down filming another like update for this video. So it is April 3rd and yesterday I had my annual gynecologist appointment and it was fantastic. So I've been taking the ovulation tests for the past 2 months. And I've been trying to take them, well, I have been taking them almost every day up until like right at the very end of my cycle because, so the first month I took them and I had a really bad stomach attack. And I don't know if I've mentioned this before in any of my videos, but I had been struggling with some severe stomach pain, stomach attacks, and I think we finally found the culprit, but it was actually the video that you guys saw of our Valentine's night, our Valentine's Day vlog that night. All right, that night I had a big stomach attack after we had a really great night together. I had just a big old stomach attack and I was really sick that night. The next morning I still felt the effects of it. I just wasn't feeling good. It wasn't even my train of thought to take an ovulation test. But that morning, and okay, warning, I am going to share probably some details because these are the kind of videos that I love to watch to help educate myself. So there's going to be TMI in this video. So if you're not about that, click out because I'm going to share the details. So the next morning I woke up and I had, my cervical mucus was like egg whites. Very clear, very, you know, they say it's very like runny, and it was definitely a symptom of ovulation. And I was like, well, dang it, I should have taken a test. And so, and I was testing every morning at this point. So I don't remember if I ended up testing that night and it was negative. I know for sure that every time that I've tested, I've had a negative test. So then last month, so that was the month of February because that was Valentine's Day. So then last month, March, same thing happened. I was taking my ovulation tests, they were all negative, and then I actually went to my parents' house one weekend and didn't think to bring them with me. And sure enough, while I was at my parents' house, I had that egg white like cervical mucus and I didn't have my ovulation test with me. I was like, dang it. So I'm not sure, I don't think I'm ovulating because if we're being completely honest, Alex and I have had unprotected sex for like half of our marriage and like no birth control or anything, and I have never gotten pregnant. And I have PCOS, so pretty sure I'm not ovulating. So I shared that with my doctor yesterday, and I told him that I would like to try the tests this month, all month long, right after I start my next cycle. And then I will get back with him as to whether or not I ovulate. And he said it is very possible to show symptoms of ovulation, but not actually ovulate. But the symptoms of ovulation are a great thing. That means my body is on the right track. So it might need that Clomid, that push, to actually ovulate. So, really good. I had blood work done back when I found out in December, back when I had found out that I had PCOS, because he wanted to just make sure everything looked okay. So my insulin levels were very low, which is actually a really good thing. That means I'm insulin resistant, like very insulin resistant. A lot of people with PCOS can get diabetes. So I am on the complete opposite end of that, which is a really good thing. My testosterone levels are a little bit high. Like they're abnormal for someone who doesn't have PCOS, but they're like normal for someone with PCOS, if that makes any sense. But mine aren't very high, so that kind of explains why I don't get like the facial hair. But my hair is thinning so badly. Like my hairline is all wonky, which is why you really never ever see me with it straight back anymore. But I've got a lot of hair to make up for it, thank goodness. So I just kind of keep it down, and whenever I pull it back, I kind of do this. I try to pull it back like that. That way you can't see my hairline. Anywho, so I do have that symptom, but I can't remember what hormone he said. He said a lot of times gynecologists used and still do. It's just kind of a hit and miss as far as to whether or not they use this hormone. If the levels are off, they use that to diagnose PCOS. My levels for this hormone, I can't remember what it's called, I'm so sorry, were off. And he said if he said if we were, you know, way back when, they would have used that to go ahead and diagnose with PCOS. So obviously I have it because I have the cysts, I have the high testosterone levels, I have this hormone that's all wapjawed. And so, but that's the only thing that's concerning. I think he said I'm so bad at remembering things from doctor's visits. My estrogen levels, I believe. I think it was my estrogen, I don't remember. But one of my levels, he said if it's under 1, that is not a good thing, but mine was at an 8, which is a great sign for fertility. So that was really, really, really encouraging. And I'm trying to think, I think everything else is really good. I told him that I had lost 30 pounds, and I don't know if I've ever talked about that on here, but maybe I'll talk about that some other time. But I told him that I had lost 30 pounds. My husband has also lost about 30 pounds as well. And we have both been healthy. That's just been kind of a lifestyle change, and that really helps with fertility and trying to get pregnant and those kinds of things. So he said we did a great thing by doing that. Okay, so we have to have a few tests done because he just wants to be incredibly proactive. I'm not kidding. This gynecologist is fantastic. He is amazing. He's amazing. So he wants to be very proactive as far as making sure everything looks good before we start throwing, you know, medications at me, if that is what ends up happening. So like I said, we have to have a couple tests done, but the one that I'm really excited about is he wants to see if my tubes are blocked off. And so they do this x-ray, but they shoot a dye up and they actually watch your system. And if it goes through your tubes, then that means your tubes are fine, obviously. But then if it stops, that means your tubes are blocked off. So it's really cool. We're gonna get that done probably within the next couple of weeks. So I've got 1 more month of ovulation tests. We're gonna get that x-ray done. We have another test to get done. And I am trying to stay healthy. I've been working out a lot more often. I still watch my calories. Yeah, so that is the update. I left feeling so encouraged, and I actually got pretty emotional because like this is encouraging. Like when you hear PCOS and you kind of freak out a little bit. Like that's just that, and endometriosis and all of those kinds of issues, womanly issues. They're scary. And so I feel very encouraged and feel very excited to see what God's plan is. And I feel very grateful to have an amazing gynecologist. So I wanted to throw that in here. And I don't know what the next clip will be, when the next clip will be. I just can't believe I'm sitting down filming this clip. Like, it's just so exciting. I cannot wait to have a baby. So yeah, I don't know what this video will bring, but I cannot wait to see. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.